Hi, good evening. Firstly, let me apologise. I know I look an absolute state. Um, but if you bear with me, um, this is just going to be a real quick video. Um, a lot of you will be aware, followers of myself, followers of the GreatBritishCoinHunt.com YouTube channel, that at 12 p.m. today we completed a 24-hour coin-a-thon for charity. That charity being CEO Sleep Out, that was selected from Middlesbrough. Um, so this was really just a quick thank you to absolutely everybody that has joined in it. Um, I mean it from the bottom of my heart when I say that some of the messages that I've been getting, text messages, emails, have really been quite humbling experience. And I just quickly wanted to say, um, as much as I appreciate everybody giving me recognition because I pulled a 24-hour, this wasn't about me. This was about the GreatBritishCoinHunt.com and about CEO Sleep Out. Um, I pulled, I chose to pull a 24-hour stunt for two reasons. Um, Firstly, financially, um, I wasn't in a position to support the coin-a-thon in the manner that I would like to have supported it. It just so happened that it fell at a wrong time of the month for me, so I wasn't in a position to do that. Secondly, and more importantly, I touched on it on my live stream. I say touched on it, I went into a bit of detail about it. I had no idea who the charity was that was being chosen. Um, and when I went and checked them out, CEO Sleep Out, um, they are a charity organisation that help vulnerable and homeless people up and down the country. Um, so not many of you will know sort of my background, um, but I've been homeless on two occasions. Um, the first one was the worst. Um, Basically, I'd moved back down south to look after my dad who was terminally ill, or help look after my dad who was terminally ill, should I say. Um, he passed away, and within 24 hours there was an attempt on my life. I was quite deliberately mown down by a car. Um, as a result of that, I was then obviously taken into hospital and on police advice couldn't return to the area, therefore deeming me homeless. Um, from there, um, obviously I was working at the time. I couldn't return to work, again for the same reasons, on police advice. Um, I went into a homeless hostel, fantastic place in Crawley in West Sussex. Unfortunately, because I was working, they couldn't take me. So after spending a night there, I was put back out onto the streets. No idea where I was going, and as I'm sure you can imagine, mentally I was all over the place. So the plan was nice and simple plan, you would think. Go to your GP, get signed off. Once signed off, I would then be able to go back to the hostel. Really easy plan. Unfortunately, because I had no fixed address, I couldn't register with a GP. Without the GP, I couldn't get signed off. Without being signed off, I couldn't get admitted into the homeless hostel without paying something ludicrous like £220 a night or something. So yeah, that was my first experience of homelessness, and that is why, as I said many times, it was a cause really close to my heart. So that was the second reason that I wanted to pull the 24 hours. Excuse me. And again, you know, this isn't, I'm not here looking for sympathy, I'm not here looking for pats on the back. This is purely to say to everybody that took part, whether you, I mean, you know, certain people stayed for 12, 14, 16 hours, which was absolutely amazing. Certain people, I'm not going to embarrass you and name you, but certain people spent an absolute fortune. I can think of one person who actually bought every single coin and an investment, which, you know, is just so overwhelming, to think that somebody had come on and done that. I'm pleased to say that, you know, involved in that, I promised her that I'd set her up 1 or 2 blinded deals for her. I believe I did that. So yeah, this is really, you know, I don't want pats on the back, I don't want gratitude, you know, I did it for my own personal reasons. The people that deserve the credit, the people that deserve the pats on the backs, firstly are the CJs that all donated their time 100% free. They're the first ones that deserve credit. And I'm sorry, but I will single out one person, and that is Hannah from Hannah's Coins. Sorry about that. She was incredibly unwell yesterday. She had a nightmare shift from 5 till 7 a.m. And it was really doubtful whether she was actually going to get on. She was messaging me literally a couple of hours before saying, "I'm so ill, Warren, I think that I might have to stream from my bed." Hats off to Hannah. Absolute massive respect to you, Hannah. I can only imagine the pain that you were in. You came on, you got yourself up, you did your 2-hour stream, and you hit some amazing sales. Some massive respect to you for that. That's not taking anything away from the other CJs, obviously. You all did marvellous jobs, and you should all be incredibly proud of yourselves for what you have achieved. I do apologise, it looks like I'm not sort of looking at you half the time. My camera's actually up there a bit, up there. So I look at the screen, which is kind of a natural thing to do. So I'm not, you know, please don't think I'm being rude. And secondly, and more importantly, it is everybody that tuned in and watched. Whether you just sat there and watched for a couple of hours, you might have shared it onto your social media, or, you know, the people that actually dug deep, and some people really did dig deep. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you spent a fiver. It doesn't matter whether you spent £500. The fact that you all dug deep, and you supported the cause that we were doing, you are the guys that deserve the respect. And that is really all I wanted to say. I don't deserve any thanks, special thanks. I don't deserve any pats on the back. I was totally selfish and did it for my own personal reasons. And I've got you guys to thank for that, because if you hadn't been there, it just would not have been possible. Again, I just want to say I'm not ignoring anybody. I've had countless text messages and emails coming through, but I'm just in and out of sleep a lot at the moment. I'm trying to catch up as best as I can so I can get back to sort of normal tomorrow, continue with the streams, continue with the mods, and I just know tomorrow's going to be an absolute manic day. Um, so I apologise if I've not got back to you yet. I'm not being rude, and I swear I will get back to each and every single one of you. Um, so yeah, that's me, and that's what I want to say. A massive thank you to each and every single one of you guys out there. Without you, we could not have done this. I'm yet to have a proper detailed chat with Ian about it at the moment, but I can promise you, knowing the way Ian's head works, there's going to be something just as crazy, just as mad, just around the corner. So stay tuned, keep in touch, and I'm sure we'll have a lot more fun. For those of you that are my regulars, thank you. I will see you probably modding between 12 and 5 tomorrow. Those of you that stumbled across me on the 24-hour streams, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the sub button, hit the like, leave a comment, I don't mind. My contact details are down below if anybody wants to contact me. But please, I'm not looking for thanks and I'm not looking for pats on the back. Okay, it's you guys that did this. You guys, and you're fantastic, and I love each and every one of you. I think I'll probably do an update later in the week with regards. I did a video a couple of weeks ago with regards to sort of mental health and how it is helped me, and I think it's probably time I did a bit of an update on that one. But give me a couple of days just to get back into the routine of things. Actually have a shave and tidy myself up a bit, and I'll do that. But for now, this is me saying good night. I am off to hopefully crash for 12 hours solid. So please hit the sub button, hit the like, leave me a comment, and I will reply to every single one of you. So massive love, massive respect, and I'll catch you all soon.